They have just announced the Duncan Wildcat starting lineup. We are about to announce St.Johns Redskins starting lineup.
Hometown St.Johns Redskins. Starting for St. John's number 5, After the Cox.
We have first up we have number 5 After the Cox, the 5'11" junior. Number 20 Brady Overson, the 6'4" senior, otherwise known as the Big O. Number 23 Hunter Jarvis, the 6'4" junior. Number 22 Cale Stewart, the 6'3" junior Mahomes. The number 24, the 6'1" senior, Preston Wilson, the Matrix. Now, time for our nation's anthem. Nation's anthem.
Mr. Peter Thomas would like to remind everybody in the gym, masks are an absolute must. Please have your mask pulled up above your nose. If the 4 players have to wear them, the rest of us do as well. For everybody on your protocol, make sure you're masked up. Otherwise, you'll need to leave. Thank you.
Thank you for joining today's broadcast with the Duncan Wildcats against the hometown St. John's Redskins. Tip-off will begin momentarily.
We also remind you that Duncan and St. John's are friendly rivals, members of the AIA. Let's have everything done today in a good spirit of sportsmanship. Let the officials officiate, coaches coach, the players play. Let's have a great day of basketball. Thank you.
Cale Hancock here, and tip-off will begin right now. Number 24 for the Wildcats gets the ball, passes it to number 22, and then gets it to 32. It's back to 24, back to 42. It's 24, and that's traveling. St. John's will get the ball. Parker Humphreys to get it. Passes it into Preston Wilson, the Matrix. Number 22, sorry about that. And loses the ball. Duncan recovers it. And 24 goes for the shot and misses. Number 40 goes. Tipped. And number 24, Preston Wilson, the Matrix, gets the ball. Passes it to number 20, Brady Overson, the Big O, and throws it out of bounds. Number 21, Parker Humphreys, throw it in. And number 20, Brady Overson, makes the shot. It's now 2-0 in this first quarter. Number 24 brings it down the court. Passes to number 22, then 42. And tries to pass it to number 32, but it's out of bounds. Number 24 for St.Johns. Passes it to Cale Stewart, Mahomes, and loses the ball. Number 24 going for the layup and makes it. Is now tied 2-2. Preston Wilson to bring down the court. Parker Humphries goes for the three and misses. Number 22 for Duncan, bringing it down the court. It's 24, passes it to 32. Passes to number 40 and misses the shot. Number 20, Brady Overson, covers it and passes it to Preston Wilson. Throws a high pass to 21, Parker Humphries, and throws it back. Having a lot of passing and ends up missing the three, and Duncan recovers it. 22 passes 24, and double dribbling called on 22. Number 24, Preston Wilson, otherwise known as the Matrix, to put down. Passes it to Cale Stewart, Mahomes as we call him, and throws it to number 2, Justin Burt, the Law. It to Afton Cox. Is it back to Preston and on. And there was a foul on the play. Brady Overson, the Big O, will get 2 foul shots. And misses the first one. And he makes the second one. Number 24 for the Wildcats to bring it down the court. Oh, and tipped by Brady Overson, the Big O, as we call him. Passes number 22. Number 24 goes for the shots and makes it just right in there. A perfect shot. St.Johns get the ball back. A little tough to read the jersey numbers there. And whoa, an amazing three-pointer by Parker Humphries, a 6'1" senior. St.Johns now up 6-4. And 22 of Duncan with the ball, now passes to 42, and that's what passes number 34. Back to 22. Back to 32, back to 24, and miss. Wait. Looks like the ball will be St.Johns. Have some substitutions for the Duncan Wildcats, and St.Johns down. And our other announcer just got here, Mr. Michael Whiting, and he'll help me out with this.
Kel, you're doing a great job. I've been listening to you. I had some cows I had to take care of. They just wouldn't understand if they didn't have water, so we did get them take. You're doing a phenomenal job. Just keep going.
Yeah.
I thought so.
Oh, and looks like a jump ball, St. John's ball.
Yes, sir. So, Kel, keep it rolling, man. You're doing a great job. Don't stop.
So number 24 for St. John's, the Matrix, Preston Wilson, and just misses a perfect shot. Looks like there's a shoving call on St. John's, and the Duncan Wildcats will get the ball back. Number 22 to bring it down the court.
So you've been giving them the play-by-play.
Yeah.
I was listening to you on the way in. You sounded amazing. I loved it.
42 passes it to number 10, I believe. It's kind of hard to see their jersey numbers. Number 22, the perfect three-point shot and just misses. 40 on the rebound. Nice rebound.
It's a great job by number 42 right there. That's Tommy Hilly. Or Tommy Hill. He's a 6'2 senior. Kel, do you see that right there?
Yep.
You got that?
All good. Here. Now, number 42 for Duncan will get the foul shots. Tommy Heil.
It's Hille. Mr. Hill or Mr. Heil or Hiley. But Tommy with a great job right there up underneath the basket.
Preston Wilson, the Matrix up top at points, and Afton Cox, number 5, tries to get the rebound, but doesn't. Number 22 for Duncan will bring it down. Jarrett French. Jarrett French goes for the three-point shot. And just barely misses.
That's good rebounding on the inside, don't you think, Kel?
Yeah.
Duncan doing a good job so far on the offensive board.
Yes. And it just rolls out of bounds. It'll be still Duncan's ball.
I'm getting your sheets all set up for you so you can see that better. I got it right there, too, if you need it, my friend.
Okay, thanks. After Cox's ball passes to Preston Wilson, the Matrix, then number 21, Parker Humphreys. And that'll be I don't really understand.
So that's a blocking foul, or what's called a charging foul on number 12 from Duncan. Number 12 from Duncan is Jason Mcgrath. He is the 6'2 senior, and you saw that his feet weren't set. So when he made contact with the Matrix, he was actually called for a foul because he got in the way. It's actually called a blocking foul. And then right there, you can see that's going to be a shooting foul on Afton Cox.
The 5'11 junior.
You got it. So Afton Cox, we were talking about him last night, Kelly. I don't know if you heard the broadcast, but he's a great kid, super hard worker, great football player, always fun to watch. Little short on that foul shot there, but he's got another one. He has got another one. And he gets it in on a nice roll.
Number 10 for Duncan, Sir Brody Waters, a 5'11 sophomore, to bring it down.
You like his shoelaces? You like those pink shoes?
Well,
he's styling out there.
Yeah.
He's got his own classy style. You see that guy taking the ball out underneath?
Yeah.
Same type of setup, huh?
Well, one of the most important things in basketball, as my dad said, is to have your socks on right and your shoes tied.
Isn't that the truth?
Couple years back, coach at UCLA,
Stephen Pierpont, the 6'6 senior. He's having a good game so far with some good offense. Tell us about the coach you were going to talk about.
He always made sure before a game that all his players had their shoes and socks on right and all of them tied. So they didn't, because you can't play 100% on the court if you have blisters on your feet.
Isn't that the truth?
And you don't want to interrupt the game by tying your untied shoelaces.
The great John Wooden, the greatest basketball coach that's ever coached, John Wooden for UCLA, used to bring in the brand new recruits and he would have them tie their shoes for him, and he would show them how to tie their shoes. They would practice that all their freshman year. They didn't have the good shoes like we have now necessarily. A lot of Chuck Taylor Converse and stuff like that. So they would get blisters all over their feet and ankles. So he would make sure that his players knew how to tie their shoes. That was a big deal to Coach Wooden. And you know, after winning at least 10 national championships with UCLA, you got to listen to the guy. That's a great drive right there by Afton Cox.
It's a great shot right there.
Nice shot. So it's all tied up 9-9 as we go under a minute to go here in the first period. And Brady Overson going to get called for traveling. He caused that right there. Really like the way Brady Overson played the defense and caused number 42 to travel.
Number 24, Preston Wilson, the Matrix, to bring him down. Well, pump fake by Parker Humphreys. Great shot by the Matrix. And just
nice job there
go in.
by Joseph Bushman to pop that ball out to big Brady Overson, number 20.
Indiana Jones, as we call Joseph Bushman.
As we call him, Mr. Indiana Jones, the 5'11 senior. So Big O goes to the line. Big O's having a good game so far as well. He's got some big players down there to work with and play against. Duncan's got some nice players as well. I'll give you some stats on Duncan if you guys are all right with that. Let me get you a little rundown of Duncan. They actually play in the 1A conference, Kel. So as you know, St. Johns is in the 2A conference. Just about the same shot, in and out and in all the way.
Great shot by the Big O, Brady over in the 6'4 senior.
This is a nice shot, right? Almost exact same shot he had. He got those 2 foul shots, got the ball right back and put it right in.
Number 22, Jarrett French for the Duncan Wildcats. And that's the end of the first quarter.
So give us a rundown of what you saw in the first quarter, Kel. Give us the score, number of fouls, and then talk us through what you thought each team did well and what they need to improve on.
So far, St. Johns has only had 2 fouls, and Duncan has had 6 fouls.
What do you make of that? Tell us why that is. I wasn't even here to see the first part of the game. So I'm trying to take care of those cows. So you tell me, how did Duncan end up with 6 fouls?
Well, at first it was a pretty clean game.
Okay.
But started increasing in fouls, and St. John's is up 12-9.
That's interesting. And St. John's, you've seen him rebounding underneath. They're doing a good job, but of course, Big O, and as Kel Stewart, hasn't been playing here for a little bit. Looks like Coach Oakes is going to let some of his other players play here a bit, give them an opportunity. So that's nice to see. But like I was saying earlier, Kel, so Duncan actually comes to us from the 1A conference. St. John's is actually in the 2A conference, right? So that's where we're at. We've got a 1A team. St. John's has played a couple 1A teams this year. One of the common opponents that they had was Mogollon over there in Heber. So the Mogollon Mustangs, they played both of them. St. John's barely beat the Mustangs and in the Mustangs gym by 1 point.
Oh, by 1 point.
Just by 1 point. Can you believe that? It was actually a really good game. We didn't broadcast the game, but they did a great job over there.
Oh, number 24, Preston Wilson, the Matrix on the steal. To number 2, Justin Burt, the Law.
And if you're watching from Duncan,
Parker Humphreys.
You're going to see that all night from number 24, Preston Wilson, the Matrix. He's going to steal it. He's going to take it. Like I tell everybody, when you come out on the floor, make sure your pockets are sewn shut because this kid will pick your pocket and you won't even know it. He leads the state in steals. He leads the conference in steals. He leads the region in steals. He was 4th in the nation last year in steals. That's the entire United States. And then, of course, he was a first-team all-conference player. He was also the conference defensive player of the year. That's for the entire conference, not just the region. So for the entire state, he was voted the defensive player of the year by the coaches.
That's a pretty big accomplishment in the state.
The entire state. Isn't that crazy? He had over 200 steals last year as a junior.
As a junior? That's impressive.
His little sister plays on the varsity team as a freshman. She's a great player too.
Freshman.
Good to see Kel Stewart back in the game. Love that kid, number 22. Great athlete, good rebounds. Nice to see him back on the court. So I'm going to give you Duncan's record here. Like I said, St. John's, look at Kel Stewart. We talk about him. He comes in the game. Beautiful pass right there by Big O.
It's a 6'3" junior.
And we call him Patrick Mahomes or Mr. Mahomes because he's such a great athlete, and he's a phenomenal quarterback. Look at that rebound by Big O, just getting in there and getting it done. And there he is again. We talk about Kel Stewart, and he just keeps making it happen, man. We'll just keep talking about him. He just keeps scoring. So Kel Stewart down there doing a night. He had a great game last night. So did Brady Overson. And something I wanted to that's a beautiful pass right there from number 42. I love the pass,
great
though.
rebound by Kel Stewart. From Mahomes.
Tommy Hill, number 42. That was a great pass on your end. Just didn't quite convert. You just keep talking about him, and he'll just keep getting on the inside. Almost scored 3 times in a row.
Number 22 for Duncan, Jarrett French, the 6'2" senior with the rebound.
That was a nice rebound, wasn't it?
Tipped
There's
off
the Matrix.
by the Matrix and gets it.
Out there looking like David Copperfield and goes all the way. The masterful magician, the Matrix himself. Just steal after steal, and Duncan's going to go with a timeout. Game was tied, as you saw, Kel, 9-9, and then all of a sudden St. John's has gone on a 9-0 run. And the game's getting out of control with 5:51 to go.
St. John's is undefeated?
No, St. John's. I'll give you St. John's record here in a second. They have been defeated. The Duncan Wildcats, let's go over their record real quick. Can you see that, Kel?
12-3.
Yeah, so their overall record is 12-3. In conference, they're 11-3. They're actually having a great season. They are ranked. If you look at everything they've got, they're doing a good job in their region as well. So in their region, they're actually ranked number 2. And in the entire conference of 1A, they're actually the number 18. So they're doing a great job with a 12-3 overall record and then that 11-3 conference record. And they're 4-1 in their region. They had a hard time with Mogollon. Like we said, the only common opponent between St. John's and Duncan is Mogollon. St. John's beat Mogollon at Mogollon by 1 point. And then, of course, unfortunately, Duncan lost to Mogollon 83-75. So that they're a good team. Duncan's actually a really good team.
So I heard a story once, like a high school basketball team a couple years back. I think there's a 30-for-30 story on it. 1 point left. It's 1 point game and 2 seconds left, and they're by their own basket out of bounds.
Right.
They need to make one play. So one of their guys dropped to the ground and barks like a dog. So the opposing team is like, this person's crazy. Yeah, they won the game.
Well, I mean, what would you think? And here goes the Matrix. He's going to get credited with another steal. Look at the Matrix. They don't call the body foul. That was a massive body foul on number 24 from Duncan, on number 24 from St. John's, but they don't call the contact. So Duncan gets the ball back.
So in my thing that I just talked about, so they won the game because the opposing team's like, what's happening? So they won the game because they scored a basketball on the other team.
Because they were paying attention to the guy barking like a dog, right? And then the ball got brought in bounds. I know what you're talking about. That was amazing. There's a rebound by the Matrix. He's looking to drive it down, gets it over to Kel Stewart.
Great shots and so close going in, and a jump ball call.
You know that was going to be a nice shot. I thought Kel Stewart was going to put that in. And Kel, I think that's interesting. Your name is spelled just like Kel Stewart's. Yeah, very unique. I mean, I've known a lot of Kels over the years, but I don't think I've been in the same building with 2 Kels whose name is spelled the exact same way. That's pretty cool.
People hear my name, they think of the vegetable K-A-L-E.
K-A-L-E, right? Or they think it's Kel with a K-A-E-L. That's how I would have spelled it.
Or C-A-L-E.
Did you see Joseph Bushman right there? I love Indiana Jones going high off the glass with his whip. Put that ball down. It's a nice shot by Joseph Bushman. He is a tough kid. You saw him on that jump ball there on the earlier play. Yeah, I thought it was with a K for sure. But, yeah, see, Kel Stewart, Kel Hancock. Oh, that's a beautiful shot by number 22. Jarrett French, the 6'2 senior, hits from the right side. 3 points, pushing it up to 12, cutting the lead back to single digits. Nice shot there, Mr. French. Very good shot. There it is back into Big O. He's being guarded by number 4. Oh, and that move on the outside. Man, did you see that footwork by Big Brady Overson, number 20? He just exploded around number 40 from Duncan, Stephen Pierpont. And Luckily, he was fouled by another player. He would have scored easy right there. So look up at the fouls, Kel. Duncan's already got 8 fouls, 18 fouls, and there's over 4 minutes to go in the second period. So that is, we're now to 1 shot, 1-1, of course. Anytime you get 7 fouls or more, it goes to 1-1. If Duncan gets 10 team fouls, then you're looking at 2 shots every single time. So Duncan's got to be careful, number 1, to keep giving St. John's foul shots. Number 2, they got to be careful to not get their guys in foul trouble. Look at the Matrix come in there. Almost got that still. So Big O misses that one. It's still an 8-point lead for the Redskins, and Duncan they're not going away. They're a great team, like we said. They're 12-4. They've got a great record. The big man inside, number 40, Pierpont with a nice move. He just doesn't quite get it in there, and Kel Stewart back with the rebound. So the Matrix looking to drive on the inside. Here comes Kel again. Triple team right off the elbow. Nice shot there right off the elbow. Oh, and there's the Matrix looking to go down on the baseline. Almost off the rim. Ooh, good work right there by number 40 from Duncan. Stephen Pierpont, I hope I'm saying that right. You can shoot me a text. If you're on Facebook Live, if you're watching this, just send the comments to us. We see them, and if we've got name corrections, we would love for you to help us out, especially if you're from Duncan. We'd really appreciate that. So there's a rare foul on the Matrix. It's called on him, so that is his first personal on number 24, Preston Wilson, otherwise known as the Matrix. He's got his first foul. So, Kel, it is Saturday afternoon on this nice matinee presentation day for the St. John's Redskins. No call right there. It's super windy outside, but it's beautiful weather in here.
Yeah.
75 degrees. Oh, they thought they could steal it from the Matrix.
Oh.
You can't steal from a man that has no pockets on his pants. It doesn't happen. You can't steal it from the Matrix, my friends. You'll get used to it. And, of course, it results in a score. So St. John's back up to a double-digit lead, 22-12. Kel Stewart with some great defense right there. And that's good hustle by number 40 from Duncan. Stephen Pierpont, the 6'6 senior. I really like how he's playing down there. He really looks like, I've never seen him play before, but he looks like a good player. Excited to watch him play against our 2 bigs down there, Kel Stewart and Brady Overson.
It's now a 10-point game.
Nice move right there by number 42, Tommy Healy, the 6'2 senior, the forward. Man, that was a nice move. He went up, got Big O up in the air, and they just spun around underneath, kissed it right off the glass. Great score there for the Duncan Wildcats. Hey, and speaking of K's, oh, here we go. Here goes Big Kel Stewart looking for his man coming underneath the Matrix with the move. Gets his own rebound. Gets his own rebound. They're going to call him.
Better zip up all your pockets when the Matrix is around.
Isn't that the truth, man?
Well, he'll
Just
from you.
leave all your valuables in the car. Tear your pockets off your pants.
Oh, leave them at home because Matrix take them from your car, too.
Just leave them at home, man. So here we go, St. John's only on an 8-point lead. Kel Stewart looking to take it to double digits. Nice move there, how he stayed on. He did drag that foot. Kel Stewart wanted a foul called right there. They were grabbing onto his arm, so he picked up that foot, but he did not get the foul called. So it's going to go back to Duncan, who's cut the lead to single digits with just under 2 minutes to go here in the second period. St. John's still in that flat 3-2, that patented 3-2 we might have to call it. That's a good move on the inside and a nice pass. Number 22, Kel Stewart's going to get called for the foul right there. Kel Stewart, the 6'3 junior, like you said, we call him Mr. Mahomes. Or Patrick Mahomes because he's such a great athlete, great arm. Quarterback for the team, like I was saying. He actually led the team, as you know, Kel, to the state semifinals in football last year. They had a phenomenal season. They lost by a touchdown at the end to Santa Cruz, who went on to win the state championship. So congratulations to the Redskin football team for the great season that they had.
That semifinal was a heartbreaking loss, but that's quarterfinals. We won it by a blocked extra points. It's pretty big.
Wasn't that great against Scottsdale Christian? Another congratulations to the Redskin football team. Great game against Scottsdale Christian. Look at that nice give and go right there. Duncan does a great job of cutting that pass off. And we got Braden Wall into the game, number 11. He loses the pass through there.
Sophomore, otherwise known as Springs.
Yeah, we just call him Springs. He's like a pogo stick, man. He has got the springs in his legs. He's got a big, huge vertical. And he's into the game. That pass goes right through. And Duncan's cut the lead to 6 points right here. So sitting down is Joseph Bushman, and that's who Braden Wall comes in for. Look at the Matrix with a steal. Bringing it up the court. Puts it all the way back in. The Matrix handed that old boy his own business card and said, "Hiya, I'm the Matrix. Here's your business card." You can rewind that if you didn't get that. Just rewind it real quick and listen to it. Yeah, but number 24, Preston Wilson, just handed that old boy his own business card. Said, "Hi, I'm the Matrix. Here's your business card." He must have kept that business card in his pocket. Don't leave anything in your pocket around the Matrix. Good job right there by Kel Stewart, pushing the ball up. Justice Burt coming hot. He decides to pull back because he's 1-on-3, and Big Brady O goes over the glass, and they're going to call it. Big Brady O over the top of number 40. Stephen Pierpont, the 6'6 senior. They're going to call a foul on number 42 for Duncan. That's Tommy Hill. He is the 6'2 senior for Duncan.
That's 9 fouls for Duncan now.
So it's a shooting foul because he was shooting. The next time Duncan fouls, whether it was a shooting foul or not, St. John's is going to have 2 free throws that they get to put in. And this is why it's just so nice rebound right there by number 40 for the Duncan Wildcats. This is why it's so important that you make your foul shots. They call them free throws for a reason. That's what Coach Verl Heap used to say, the greatest coach in the history of the state of Arizona. He used to say they call them free throws for a reason, fellers.
And Verl Heap even got this very own gymnasium named after him, as you can see in the middle of the court. Now, I am actually related to the Verl Heap.
You know, Kel, I was thinking about that the other day when I was texting your dad about stuff on the phone. I think you might be the most St. John's kid in St. John's.
Well, you come from a Heap descent.
Right? You got Hancock, Heap, Baca. I was thinking about that the other day. You're probably related to almost everybody in this town.
Probably.
So, yeah. So, Verl Heap is a relative of yours, of course, and you can be proud of him and to know that he was the greatest coach in the history of the state of Arizona. He actually won the state championship 8 times, and I believe they were runner-up like 6 times. Look at Springs with the big steal. And the ball gets stuck. And number 24 puts a hard foul on number 11, Springs.
The
Mr.
5'11 junior Conlon Jensen. I apologize if I...
No, I think you got it.
I
think you got it. Number 24, Conlon Jensen.
Oh.
The 5'11 junior. Hey, while we were talking about K's and C's, the letter K and letter C and all that,
yes,
the Duncan Wildcats is spelled with a K. So wild and then cats instead of C-A-T-S, it's K, as in kangaroo, cats. Kind of a cool deal.
3 seconds left.
So the Duncan Wildcats.
2 seconds.
Put up a long shot.
Buzzer beater. Just barely off the rim.
We all love to see those go in. I don't know why, but there's your 10 fouls at the end, 6 fouls on St. John's. It all clears out when we come back for the second half,
now,
of course.
Seeing all these fouls reminds me of, so in football, I'm an Arizona Cardinals fan. We were the most penalized team in the NFL. And we could
Is that right?
Yeah.
I love the Cardinals, but I had no idea that was the case.
Yes. Kind of hard when we were back in the goal line. We'd do a low QB sneak around 2-yard line. We always had to do a pass play, and we'd go holding the end zone, resulting in a safety.
Exactly. So I'm looking right here, Kel. I'm going to the standings. I want you to take a look at some of these standings that we've got here with the 1A and the 2A, so we can go this for the audience and kind of give them a feel for where everybody is at. If you look at Duncan and you go down, like I said, they're in the 1A, and if you work your way down, they're in the same region as the St. David Tigers. So the Duncan Wildcats, like we said, are 12-3, and the St. David Tigers are 11-2. Now St. David has not lost in the region, so they are the first seed in that region. Duncan is the number 2 seed. So we're going to get back to this because I want to give the audience the opportunity to watch our wonderful spirit line and cheerleaders for the St. Johns Redskins. And there we are. We're back. The St. Johns Spirit Line doing such a great job. Huge congratulations to Coach Becky Arona and Lisa James. You guys do an amazing job with these young students. Always exciting to watch them and the new routine. They've received a lot of awards over the years, Kel, as you may know. They go to state a lot, and they really do a good job. So we've been getting a lot of comments on the live feed right here. So if you are with us and you want to comment on something, question, correct us, anything like that, please do. We are on YouTube. And if we didn't say that earlier, this is being produced by Legacy Teen Productions. And we love it because everybody here is mostly students. We try to get students to participate in everything that we do.
Yes,
so,
and
for
not
example,
just high school.
And Kel, did you introduce yourself?
Yes.
You did? Okay, so everybody knows Kel Hancock is with me tonight, flying in the spaceship here. We're in the big, the Fighting Falcon, as we may say, with Victor Top Gun Chavez over there. He's got the controls. We're just sitting in the back seat hoping that he keeps us steer of enemy fighters, keeps us clear and steers us away from all these enemy fighters. But
and once I have actually steered this spaceship.
you have on the switchboard, right?
Yep.
So explain this to everybody a little bit, because I always joke around and talk about how it looks like we're flying in some type of big 747 commercial jetliner with, I mean, I'm not exaggerating, there are literally, if you counted them all, there are hundreds of knobs and switches and little punch buttons and rotating devices and cords and all that. So explain how this all works.
So we have the big monitor over here with like all the keys and stuff.
Okay. Yeah, keyboard. I didn't even talk about that. We got multiple keyboards. There's a big, huge keyboard with all these red and green lights on it. That's what Victor's over there flying.
Yes. So we have 3 cameras. We have this main camera right here, which gives us the wide view.
Okay.
And then the second camera, which is what you're seeing right now, which is in the top, which is in the right corner.
And that's what we have in the corner, right? That's like our floor shot?
Yes. And then we have another one on our left, which is basically an opposite view. We have a 4th camera, which is showing us the scoreboard.
The scoreboard. So there are literally 4, they're big old huge TV cameras, 2 of them down on the floor to give you the right and left view, literally down on the floor then is what you're saying?
Yes, the 4 cameras.
This big one sitting up here by us, you're saying that that's the wide angle lens?
Yes, which we have on most of the time.
And that's the one where we can see the whole floor. I mean, we're sitting up probably, 20 feet in the air off the floor? We're probably 20 feet in the air up in the crow's nest as St. John's comes back out onto the court with a 14-point lead. And that camera sees the whole court.
Yes,
And then
the entire court.
Now talk to us about the camera that's on the scoreboard.
So the cameras that's on the scoreboard, we just have it plugged in, charging. If we have so it's plugged into the gym's electrical system, so we don't need to worry about battery. So that's kind of where we go to charge our dead batteries.
So tell me, how does Victor get the scoreboard to stay on the screen? Like right now, I'm looking at the live feed on YouTube, and it looks like the screen is always there. The scoreboard's always there on the screen. How does he transpose that onto the screen?
So we have the camera pointing just at the thing. We have like on a stand thing. No one's controlling it. So what I think he does is kind of shrink it and put it on like a picture by picture. If any of you have that feature on your TV, you might know.
Okay, that makes sense.
It and puts in the top right corner.
Puts it in the top corner.
And he just
now he just took it off. We're talking about it, and
put it
he just took it off and put it back on. Yeah, so Victor's over there. He's flying the jet fighter, what I like to call the Millennium Falcon. He's flying this thing, and he can turn stuff on and off. And now he runs the switchboard, and I've seen you run the switchboard. I've seen your dad run the switchboard, where you guys will switch back and forth. Oh, that's why it's called the switchboard. Ha-ha. Between this view, the up view, the side view, the back view, the screen, the scoreboard, that type of thing. Okay. So there you go. We've actually got some the Redskins have come back out onto the floor. Our referees have come back out on the floor. Our officials, I should say. Your dad being one of the officials. Not here, but being an official there. I want to give you the names in case we did not get the names of the officials out. Let me make sure. Oh, yeah, here we go. We've got Elmer Murray. He's here officiating. Peter Thomas. And then Jonah Beach. Gentlemen, thank you for being down here. Elmer Murray, Peter Thomas, and Jonah Beach. So good to have those three here with us. They do a good job. We see them all the time. We tell them thanks on the broadcast. I try to tell them thank you after the game on the floor if I can catch them. A lot of times I got to go in the locker room and tell them thank you. They'll be in there getting dressed, and they drive back home, and they don't get paid a whole bunch. They really don't. It's not like they're out here making tons of money. They love the kids. They're working hard for the athletes. It's good exercise for them. It's good camaraderie for them. So they get a lot out of it, but it's not financial. Yeah. So for heaven's sakes, if you're listening to this broadcast and you think you need to say something to an official that's maybe less than respectful, just don't. Do yourself a favor. Do your mom a favor. Do everybody a favor. Don't say anything. Don't be that guy that yells and screams and acts like a moron to these officials. They're doing the best job they can. If you think you can do a better job, I'll tell you what. You get a hold of Mr. Paul Hancock, and he'll get you set up as an AIA official, and you can get out there, and you can try to do the job they're doing, and you can see how hard that really is.
One thing my dad told me that, so he hates it when people are booing and like, you stink, ref. So
right?
He told me that originally when there's just down to two parents, he enjoyed it because he could see who, and the officials, they can kick anyone out.
Right.
Once they step foot into the gym,
exactly,
they're in control.
I love it.
So don't be heckling them. Just do everyone a favor.
If
they are doing their best job.
Isn't that the truth? If you're going to heckle, go get the training. Do everything you have to do to become an official. It's actually super hard. And be an official and see what that's really like. So.
And like 2 years ago, yes, it takes a lot to become an official, so pay some respect to them.
Show the respect. Don't be that guy. So as we start the game, Duncan is 12-3 overall. They're 11-3 in the conference. They're 4-1 in the region. That's the 1A Tucson South region, and they're doing a great job. They are a tough team. I'm very impressed with Duncan here today. My hat's off to them. Number 32 in the game for Duncan as well, and that's a nice shot by number 24 for the Duncan Wildcats. That's Conlon Jensen, the 5'11 junior who puts it down, brings his team within 11, cutting that lead down. Ooh, you got to watch that rim. Kel Stewart with the rebound back out to Mr. Indiana Jones, Joseph Bushman. And here it comes. Braden Wall, Mr. Springs, leaves it short. Nice rebound right there by number 40, Stephen Pierpont. And just to let you know, we did get some messages over the break on the live feed, and I believe her name is Laura Pierpont, all the way from Duncan, I think. Miss Laura Pierpont, thank you. She says that we are saying Stephen's last name right, so that's good news. Mr. Pierpont, and thank you for making sure we are doing it right. And Tommy Hill, his name is Hill, just like you're climbing a hill. So thank you for making sure we're doing it right tonight on the broadcast. Welcome to everybody from Duncan, Arizona. That's such a beautiful part of the state down there in the southern end of Arizona. Great people down there, ranchers, cowboys, great athletes, wonderful people. We're just happy to have Duncan here today.
Thank you for tuning in wherever you are, even nationwide. I think
Right?
I think we even had some people from Indianapolis watch.
We do. North Carolina, Northern California, Indianapolis, people from Phoenix.
We just want to thank you for tuning in to our wonderful broadcast and watching these young, talented kids play.
I could not have said it better. I could not have said it better than Kel Hancock did right there, so I'll just leave it. So someone says that they love the young announcer. That's you, Kel, because I'm an old man, so congratulations. You're getting some fans out there that are really liking your announcing. I think you're doing a great job, too, myself. This is the first. I've wanted to announce games with you for quite a while. I talked to your dad last year about it. We ran out of time with games and COVID and all the weirdness.
Darn COVID.
Right.
Now,
and then,
if you are watching 20, 30 years down the road, we are in 2021 with the COVID virus, and you can see everyone here wearing masks. The players wearing masks, the coaches and officials wearing masks. Boy, it's taking a toll on us.
So, Kel, when you're colonizing your town up on Mars, when you're in your 70s or 80s, you can show your grandkids these masks and show them how unadvanced we were. And now how we know how to fight viruses and all that now, 40, 50, 80 years later when you're still around.
Now, the COVID virus usually takes 4 to 5 years to make one. They did this in 6 months.
Right.
So, great shout out to all those frontline workers out there putting their lives on the line to defeat this COVID virus. Big shout out to them.
100%. Again, could not have said it better myself. And I want to give a shout-out to number 24 for the Duncan Wildcats. He's done a great job bringing his team back to within single digits of the lead. And there's Braden Wall. He doesn't leave it short that time, but it still comes out. Look at Kel Stewart, man. That is strong right there. That's big strength out of Kel Stewart, number 22.
Mahomes.
Mr. Mahomes with those big, strong arms. He goes up. And that's just, if you want to watch good footwork underneath the basket and what it takes to play at a high-level varsity, it's right there.
Now, I have some background information on Cale Stewart.
Give it to us.
His favorite color is green. And his favorite movie is Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
I love that about Cale. I love that.
But Charlie and the Chocolate Factory is also one of my favorite movies.
Are you serious? I can't say it's one of mine, but I love the fact that you guys like that movie. It must be the name. It must be the Cale Stewart name, I guess.
Yeah. And just the chocolate in that movie. It makes me hungry.
Makes you hungry. I understand. I hear you. Hey, how's it going? Yeah, on a game. Yeah, right now. It's
and number 22.
Third period, 6:22 to go.
And
yes, sir.
Number
Duncan Wildcats.
4.
Wow, Cale Stewart with a nice defensive play right there, huh?
Yes.
All right, so if you don't have it on and you want to see it, go to YouTube. Just go to YouTube and look up Legacy Teen Productions. Legacy, that's Legacy Teen Productions. Legacy Teen Productions, you can watch it live on your phone or your computer, and you can watch The Matrix with the big shot over top. And look at Joseph Bushman, the shortest guy in there, comes out with the rebound. Drives the baseline, gives it off to his big man. Barely misses, and look at Springs with the big hop.
Oh, what a nice way to keep it in for number 20, I believe. Brady Overson, the big O. The great.
Good job by Duncan right there.
Great rebound. And number 42, Tommy Hill.
You see that carrying call right there?
Yes.
That's an interesting call. You don't see it all the time, but you'll see it every once in a while.
Yes. For those of you who don't know it's when you get hand beneath the ball and carry it.
Yes, exactly. It's like your hand is underneath. Just put your hand out in front of you and start to rotate your hand over to where it's on the top. There's the third time, and Braden Wall gets it missed. I thought the third time was going to be the charm for him. It was not. So, nice rebound there by St.Johns. Thought Joseph Bushman was going to hit that shot right there. Oh, that's a good steal by number 22. That is Jarrett French, isn't it?
The 6'2 senior, yes.
Nice job. Just in and out right there for Duncan as they just can't get it the lead. And the Matrix up and over the top gets his own rebound. There he is right there. Gets his own shot, goes back up again, goes down on Kel Stewart, and Brady Overson finishes. It goes 1, 2, and Brady Overson puts it down on the third time around. He's going to get another shot at it, so a 3-point play here, potentially 4. Look at the Matrix get his own rebound right there.
Now I'm going to give you some background information on Preston Wilson.
Let's hear it.
Matrix. His favorite color is same as Mahomes, not Patrick Mahomes, Cale Stewart.
Right.
No, there is a lot of similarities. His favorite color is green.
You know, they say people who choose the color green, favorite color, they're geniuses. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what they say, so I believe it.
Well, I don't. Yeah, probably.
Who knows, right?
Yeah, who knows?
Sounds good.
Oh, and a great play by Duncan there.
Oh, number 24, man. He is having a great game. Very impressed.
Jensen, the 5'11 junior.
Yeah, very impressed with him tonight. He's doing a really good job out there for the Duncan Wildcats. That's just nice ball movement by St. John's right there. See the triple team, Kel? How it leaves Kel Stewart open underneath.
Yeah.
So Duncan goes to triple team Big O. Kel Stewart's open, and he makes a nice kiss off the glass right there. If we're in a pool game, you got to call that, or it doesn't count. But we're not playing 9 or 8 ball, so it gets up on the scoreboard, puts the lead back up to 14 for St. John's.
And tipped out of bounds Duncan's ball.
So into the game. Call who's coming into the game right now.
Case Heap, the 5'8 junior, and Parker Humphreys, 6'1 senior. We actually saw a bit of Parker Humphreys earlier in the game. In the first quarter, he had a perfect 3-point shot and made it. Oh, and Duncan with the number 24, Colin Jensen, with a nice shot and just hits off the rim. Cale Stewart passes it to Preston Wilson.
So you know what I like watching Parker Oh, there's a nice shot from Cale right there. Look at that.
Great shot by Mahomes.
Mr. Patrick Mahomes with the big arm puts it in. You know, one of the things I like about Parker Humphreys, I like watching him drive the baseline. He's got a nice move on the baseline. I want to see him do that more this game. And number 10 out there, Case Heap, the 5'8 junior, doing a good job playing defense and staying tough with that black mask on.
And as we
he almost gets the steal as we're talking about him, Kel. Did you see that?
Yeah. Oh, and as we were talking about earlier with me being a Heap, that makes Case Heap, the 5'8 junior out there, number 10,
Mahomes.
my second cousin. Oh,
with the steal, there's Parker Humphreys going in. Look at Patrick Mahomes almost get the ball, Kel Stewart. Yeah, so you just, my advice is this, Kel. When you get married here in a few years, that she's going to need to be from Miss. Number 22, Jarrett French, the 6'2 senior, from a big shot downtown off the left wing. He just burns the nylon.
Guard.
Nice shooting guard, huh? Back to marriage advice for you, huh? Nothing like getting marriage advice on the broadcast. You better make sure she's from at least east of the Mississippi River. You may have to go outside North or South America, man. That's just a little advice for you there. All right, give Duncan some advice, Kel. What does Duncan need to do better to get back in this game? They're down by 13 points. They're playing a very talented St. John's team. What do you think they need to do?
2 words. Less fouls. If you're not going to win any games if you're just going to keep on fouling and fouling and fouling. Yes, I'm talking to you, the Cardinals.
Talking to the Cardinals there.
Yeah,
you cannot foul your way to win, can you?
No.
And there's good fouls and there's bad fouls.
Yes.
And, Duncan had quite a few fouls in the first half. They had at least 10 or 11 fouls in the first half, and they've really shut that down. They've only got 4 fouls with 2:46 to go here in the third period. So very impressed with Duncan. I have not seen Duncan play this year. I don't remember seeing him play last year, but I'm very impressed with their team. Their coach has rotated in and out a lot of different players. They seem to play very well together, and very impressed with them so far and the good job that they're doing.
Timeout, number 24, Preston Wilson, the Matrix, to bring it down. Passes to 21, Park Humphries. Oh, and with a perfect, number 12 for Duncan for a little toe tap to keep the ball in bounds.
And while we've got a little kind of a break in the action. Oh, no, we don't.
Oh.
Duncan's ranking, just so everybody, well, let's start with St. John's, okay? As we said, St. John's plays in the 2A conference. They're in the 2A East, okay? That's the conference they're in. The region's the 2A East. St. John's is the number 11th ranked team according to PowerPoints.
They are 6 and 4 in the.
Yes, exactly. Now let's talk about Duncan here for a second. Let me bring them up and get some standings on Duncan and get the rankings there, because I want you to see where we're at with Duncan. I think they're the number 4 ranked team, but I don't want to say that on the broadcast till I got it 100%. So let me pull that up here real quick for you. Duncan is the number 8. They're 12 and 3. I mean, they've got a great record, and they're all the way down to 8 with a 12 and 3 record. But if you look at the teams above them, you've got all these teams up above them, the top 7 teams. They've only lost 1 game or 2. So Duncan's in a tough conference in the 1A conference, and they're in a tough region. And I think they're doing a great job. I'm watching them tonight, and they could play, from what I've seen, they could play with most any team in the 2A conference. So very impressed with Duncan. Look at that nice runner right there by number 24. We've been talking about him all night. Conlon Jensen, the 5'11 junior. Man, he's doing a good job out there. Super impressed with number 24. Yeah, he really is, isn't he?
With a 6'2 senior.
Not the biggest kid on the floor, but he's getting it done down there. So he's brought his team back to 11 points. He can cut this to a 10-point lead, and he does. Nice job right there. As we go under 2 minutes here in the third period, Duncan is hanging around. They've traveled, I bet it took 6 hours in a bus to get here. A bus isn't super fast. They've traveled 6 hours. They probably left early in the morning, and they've come up here, and they're in St. John's' home court, and they're doing a great job playing.
6-hour drive from Tucson to St. John's?
Yeah, and Duncan's even south of Tucson. It's even further away.
So like about 6.5, 7 hour drive.
Exactly. In a bus, right?
Yes, I bet they had to leave pretty early this morning.
Kel, you've ridden on a lot of buses, and you'll ride on a lot more during your high school athletic career, and you'll come to not enjoy bus rides. They're not great. I don't care how good your bus is. They're just not great. Oh, that's in and out for number 22. I thought he had that. It didn't fall.
Afton Cox went down the court.
There's my man, Afton Cox. He almost gets it. Case Heap with the great save by Case Heap, number 10.
5'8 junior.
Good job. Good work right there by the Redskins. Coach Rusty Oaks letting some of his starters sit for a little bit, get a little bit of a break. Big O puts it up from long distance and doesn't quite get it. Under a minute to go here in the third period as Duncan looking to cut this lead to a single-digit lead right here.
Yes.
And that's right where you want to be. You're the visiting team. You've come at least 6 hours on a bus, and you're going to go into the fourth and final period with a single digit down. That's not bad. And it goes right through number 52's hands, unfortunately. Logan Bastine, the 6'2 sophomore, has it go through his hands. And so instead of cutting the lead to single digits, St. John's gets the ball back with the Matrix bringing it back up the floor. Nice move. Afton Cox is going to draw the foul there on number 42. That's Tommy Hill. And again, a huge thank you to Miss Pierpont. Thank you so much for making sure we're saying Tommy Hill's name right. Tommy Hill with the foul there. He's got 3 fouls, so not in serious foul trouble with 25 seconds to go here in the third period. Duncan's done a great job this second half by limiting the fouls.
Yes.
So Duncan's the 8th ranked team in their conference. They're second in their region. St. John's is the 11th ranked team in the 2A conference, and they are, I believe, 3rd in their region. I believe it goes Pima, then Miami, then St. John's. And those are really good teams. And Coach Rusty Oaks pointed out to me the other day, there's only 3 teams in the top 15 in the 2A conference that are public schools. Yeah. 12.
Public?
Yeah, so 12 of the schools in the top 15 are private schools. So these public schools are having to work hard to stay relevant, so to speak, to stay in the top 15. No. So St. John's doing a good job. The other school is Pima, and I believe Benson. Let's check that real quick to make sure that our...
Now, I just want to say Duncan here is a 1A team, but if you look down, they have just about the same size team as ours. I'd like
They
to
do.
remind St. Johns is a 2A school in basketball.
They do, and I'm super impressed with their athletes. I mean, they've got great athletes.
Playing really well.
Yeah, they hustle.
This afternoon.
They pass the ball well together. They move well together. They see the court well. They rebound. They hustle. I mean, it sounds like I'm just using a lot of superlatives, but they really are. I'm very impressed with Duncan. A great team. Great team up here. No wonder their record's so good.
Yeah, only 3 losses.
Yeah, only 3 losses.
3.
So Heap up to Parker Humphreys. Humphreys tries to take it all the way. Gets it to the Matrix.
That is the end of this third quarter.
So at the end of the third period, 40-30, St. John's up by 10 points. There's 5 fouls for both teams. Duncan has whittled the lead down to almost single digits. So Duncan's they've got their work cut out for them, but it's not, to use a pun with Mr. Hill, Tommy Hill, it's not over and out of the hill range to get there. It is an uphill battle, but it's something they can do. They've got Stephen Pierpont, number 40, who's having a great game. Tommy Hill. Of course, we've talked about Conlon Jensen, number 24 for Duncan, the 5'11 junior. He's doing a great job out there.
I think all of these players who are playing on both sides putting their heart into this and just doing the best they can.
Right. So I'm going to do I got to do let's do a map quest for Duncan, shall we?
Yes.
Let's do a little map quest from Duncan, Arizona to St. Johns, Arizona, and let's see where that gets us. We're here in the Verl Heap Gymnasium, right? Verl Heap Gymnasium. It's Saturday, February 20th, and let's see how long it takes to get to Duncan, Arizona. Now remember, on a bus. Goodness gracious. That's no fun, is it?
No.
You know what? It's actually not that far.
3 hours and
It's not
30
too bad.
minutes.
If you go up through, now what if you went to the Coronado Trail?
4 hours and 15 minutes.
Yeah, and Milton Jensen, he just put something on the live feed. Milton Jensen says it's way less than 6 hours, and he's absolutely right. According to MapQuest, it's under 4 hours. So say on a bus, even with a bus, it wouldn't be more than 5, right?
Yes.
So it depends on your bus driver. But, yeah, so that's good news because we need Duncan to get home safely, on time. There's no snow, so we're good.
Yes. We'd like to thank Milton Jensen for correcting us.
Yeah, thank you.
We are grateful for all of the people.
Yeah, all the comments, keep them coming.
Yes.
Milton Jensen, thank you, sir. I love it. Oh, that's a nice pass right there. The Matrix to Big O and cleaning it up. Number 52, the sophomore, brings the ball down. Logan Bastine, the 6'2 sophomore. Good rebound right there. So it's still a 10-point game, almost down to 7 minutes to go here in the third period. 52 again. The sophomore goes up, almost gets it. Big Brady Overson brings it over the top. It's a 3-on-3. You're going to see Justice Burt right here with a big three-point. Shazam! It smells like we're branding cows. That cowhide burning through the nylon right there, and Justice Burt puts a big 3-point down.
Just sucking the gravity right out of the gym.
You like that? That old boy just pulled it down. That ball looked like it was straight gravitational to the end. And the answer? Almost an answer from number 22. Here comes a 3-on-1. Patrick Mahomes kicks it back to Justice Burke. Takes a nice shot from the corner. Barely misses. Braden Wall with the big rebound and then picked up by the Matrix. So the Matrix is going to reset and reload, come out to the top. Look at that drive right there. Almost in again, and there he is, Braden Wall, getting fouled and getting that rebound. You know, Braden Wall's has got Mr. Springs, he's got a big vertical. He's a 6'2 sophomore, and his favorite color is black. How about that? I actually like that.
Yeah, I actually kind of like
I do too, right? You know, he practices all the time. He's always working hard. Another thing I love about him, his favorite team is ASU. Go Sun Devils, my alma mater.
Go Devils.
Go Devils, right? So Braden Wall out there shooting. He's got 2 shots on that foul. St. John's is up by 13 points. There's 6:12 to go here in the fourth period. Duncan rotates in some more players, and Braden Wall puts it right over the front of the rim. Nice English there. Minnesota Fats would be proud, and the ball falls. So 44-30 as we get down to the 6-minute mark, and here comes number 24. Been doing everything for the Duncan Wildcats tonight. Big number 24. Conlon Jensen, the 5'11 junior, playing like he's 6'5 out there. for the Duncan Wildcats. I love watching this kid play. Third time again. Goes off. Going to be called, I believe, on number 20, Brady Overson. Yeah, that's the call. So that is the third foul on Big O, Mr. Brady Overson. He had a phenomenal game last night. Kel, I know you saw that, but he did a great job last night for the Redskins. So neither team's in foul trouble yet, or the bonus, as we like to say. Nice move there by 42, and it just gets away from number 12.
St.Johns will get the ball back. Now 42-32 lead with 5 minutes 33 seconds left in this fourth quarter.
So Duncan in that 2-1-2 defense, and that's a weakness of the 2-1-2 is on that wing. No look pass. Kel Stewart gets there. He's just too fast. All right, so we've got everything running there. Oh, nice shot up over the middle by Brady. Going to get called on that foul. So that's going to put the Duncan Wildcats into a 1-1 situation here for the rest of the game if they foul with over 5 minutes to go. That's not where you want to be, but that's where we're at right now. All right, so Big O, call these foul shots for us, Kel. Tell me what you see on these. Critique Brady Overson's shooting form.
Well, I think Brady Overson, or as we like to call him, the Big O, I think his shooting form is really good, and he's made a lot of his shots tonight. I mean, this afternoon.
He sure has, hasn't he? Yeah, different calling a game in the afternoon, isn't it? Look at that big long shot by number 22 for the Wildcats, Jarrett French. The 6'2 senior hits from the left wing, brings his team back to within 10. Kel Stewart with a beautiful jumper over the top, and it just rolls off, and there's your man, Big O. Draws another foul. Big O draws another foul, and we're rolling. All right, Kel, here's your chance. I want you to critique Brady Overson's foul shooting again.
Okay.
Give us your coaching corner. We'll call it the coach's corner or coach's critique.
So let's take a look as for him here, and so as you can see, his form is perfect. I can't really tell his left, but in basketball, when you're shooting, so it's different if you're right-handed. Your left hand is only supposed to guide it. You don't push the ball with both hands, just do it with the hand. So if you're left-handed, it's the same, but vice versa. You use your left hand, and you only use your right hand to guide it.
That's exactly right. Okay, that call goes against Preston Wilson, the Matrix. I think they said he dropped his shoulder or maybe lowered his shoulder. Coach Rusty Oaks is upset about that call. He wants to have it explained to him, and I think they're going to tell him that Preston Wilson, the Matrix, kind of lowered his shoulder there. So that's going to be let's see how many fouls he's got. So anyways, there's going to be 16 fouls against St. John's. Duncan has 8 team fouls. You can see that Preston Wilson, the Matrix, is in foul trouble. That is his 4th foul with 4:29 to go here. He's a critical player for St. John's, who is up by 11 right now. So that's where we're at. Kel, take us through this series right here, this sequence with Duncan.
So it seems like, nice pick by number 52. So it seems like they want to stay out wide, set a couple picks.
And free that shooter up?
Yeah, just give that shooter some room.
Okay. So with that tie-up right there, the possession error goes to St. John's, brings it back down the floor. We're almost under 4 minutes to go. You're going to see a shot right here by the Matrix off the top end. Boom.
Just makes it straight
Shazam! He's a flamethrower.
He hit that from Lyman Lake.
He hit that all the way from Lyman Lake, didn't he?
Now, for those of you who don't know what Lyman Lake is, it's a state park just outside of St. Johns, Arizona.
Like 10 miles away, right?
Yeah.
And he hit that thing from like 10 miles away, and there's Braden Wall coming in.
Oh, with a great shot by
Man.
Wall.
And within 11
sophomore.
within 11 seconds, St. John's just put up 5 points.
Now that's impressive. Just by 11 seconds.
Oh, beautiful move right there by number 24. It doesn't fall. Here comes a 4-on-1. Oh, look at the no-look to the matrix for the left-handed lane, and St. John's is blowing this game wide open as their big studs. They're all firing on all cylinders. I'll tell you what, that call, that offensive call against Preston Wilson, that kind of made the matrix mad. I think it kind of made the whole team mad, and they just went off for 7 points right there in about 16 seconds. The Matrix hit that 3. They scored the other 2, and then you saw the beautiful kiss off the glass by Braden Wall. So, and then the Matrix with that left-handed from the no-look pass from his quarterback, Cale Stewart, Mr. Patrick Mahomes, who gets the rebound while we're talking about him. So St. John's, this lead was just down almost in single digits, and all of a sudden it's blown up to where it is almost a 20-point lead.
And one thing I like noticing about these sports, I notice a lot of things, the numbers and stuff, but as you can see, the scores is so that basically so the score is different, but it's basically the same number.
Right? Look at that nice three-pointer right there from number 22. While we're looking at Jarrett French with another nice shot there from him. And I know what you're talking about. 53 and 35. You know what I call that? A flip-flop or a pancake, right?
Yes.
So you just flip-flop those numbers, and they're the same or they're different. So I like to call it a flip-flop score.
Yeah, but now?
Like 21-12 or 53-35.
Yeah.
So we had a flip-flop score there for a minute. And then the big shot by Jarrett French, the 6'2 senior, he brings Duncan back to 38. That was a really nice shot right there. So 8 fouls for both teams. They're both in the bonus. So that's what we've got going on right there. And with St. John's going on that big, quick run right there, Duncan's really got their work cut out for him with 2:37 to go. Coach Rusty Oaks going back to his big starters. He's got all of his big athletes out there, and his starters, he didn't want this game to get away from him, is what it looked like. So, Kel, give me another coaching corner, I'm going to call it with you, or a coaching critique. What does Duncan need to do to try to cut this lead back down to single digits and give him a chance?
They've been doing better on their fouls, which is why I said they need to work on at halftime. I think their coach might be listening to us. So what I think they should do is
they're still in that 2-1-2.
That right there, more turnovers and
the Matrix is going to foul out of the game right there.
More takeaways. Preston Wilson, 6'1 senior, the Matrix.
So that's
foul out.
You don't see him foul out very often, but he is going to foul out right now. So into the game comes number 15 for the Matrix, Joseph Bushman. So if you were looking for something nice to happen for Duncan to try to get back in this game, you take the Matrix out.
Yeah, I just want to give you some background information on the Matrix. We said his favorite movie, Peter Pan, the animated version.
Right.
And he actually said it basically sums up his childhood.
Yeah, he's had a magical childhood. Great guy, great parents. Dr. Wilson's his dad, and he's had a magical childhood. It does sum up his childhood. I like that.
And he plans to get a psychology degree in Northern Arizona.
Yeah, he's been accepted to, I believe, the Naval Academy. He's been accepted to ASU into the engineering program. And he may end up at NAU. Who knows? He may get a basketball scholarship and go somewhere. Nice steal by number 22 for the Duncan Wildcats. That's Jarrett French.
The 6'2 senior.
Good dish right there. Duncan just having a hard time holding on to the ball here for a minute. Oh, it's a little bit short there for Jarrett French.
Back to my coach's point of view.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Yes. I said they needed to hold on to the ball more and get less turnovers. Well, with the Matrix out of the game, that'll be easy, but I hate to break it to you, Duncan fans, but right now they're just playing for pride. Actually, with this amount of time, I think they can come back and tie it up.
I do too. If you look up there on the scoreboard, you're going to see there's 10 fouls against the Redskins, and that means every foul hereafter gives Duncan 2 shots off the line. And number 24, Conlon Jensen, the 5'11 junior, doing a great job hitting that foul. He's done a great job all night. Really impressed with him. The other one's a little bit off, and Big Kel Stewart makes it look easy over the 6'2 sophomore down there, Logan Bastine, as he gets the rebound. Going to be called for traveling. That is the younger brother of Parker Humphreys. His name is Charlie Humphreys. He's the 6'1 junior, and he just picks up his foot and puts it down before he passes there.
Now I just noticed about those two Humphrey brothers, Charlie Parker. They're 1 year apart, but they're the exact same height.
I know, pretty cool, huh? I usually call it, and you know what I usually say? I usually say that Parker Humphreys is 6'2". That's how I remember it. Number 21, Parker Humphreys, because he plays a lot more, and I love his baseline drives, but I always say he's 6'2". I'll have to ask him after the game. That's how I keep track between the two of them on the heights. So in for St. John's right now, of course, is Joseph Bushman, number 15, Brady Overson, number 20, Kel Stewart, number 22. You've got Justice Burt, number 2, is in there as well, and then rounding it out is who you just mentioned, Charlie Humphreys. And look at the nice shot over the top by Joseph Bushman.
So Bushman, or Indiana Jones, as we like to call him.
Yeah, I like that. Oh, look at the long shot. Oh, money right there.
In.
Number 22, Jarrett French, the 6'2 senior, hits another one. He's been hitting them all night.
And a timeout.
That guy is hot as a stolen pistol right there.
Timeout called by Duncan. There'll be a full timeout.
They called a full timeout, huh? All right. Well, you know, it's the great Bill Russell. Some would argue he's the greatest basketball player in the history of basketball. The great Bill Russell used to say the only important statistic is the final score. And tonight, of course, that's the case. But Duncan's done a great job, statistically speaking, with their percentage from the three-point line, the foul shooting. They've done a great job. They've rebounded really well against a good St. John's team who's super tough to rebound against in the middle. Good to see a lot of fans here, too. Yeah, everyone's got masks on, all that, like you mentioned earlier, but it's nice to see the gym opened up a little bit to that 50% capacity.
The AIA has made a new rule that you can have fans in as long as the school allows it. And as you can see, St. John's definitely is allowing it.
Did you see that speed right there by Kel Stewart, your namesake?
The Mahomes.
Man, he faked left. He faked left, went right, and I thought that old boy's going to break his ankle if he wasn't careful. And there it is.
Ankle breaker.
There you go.
33 seconds left in this game. Just looks like the Wildcats are playing for pride at this point. But they put a lot of heart into this.
Oh, he almost got another
shot.
one. So down 14 points with just about 15 seconds to go. St. John's is just going to look to hold the ball, run the clock out. Justice Burt wants to shoot from over there.
Oh,
in and out. Brady Overson puts it up. So Redskins are going to finish with 61 points. Duncan with 45. A very nice game. Our hats are off to the Duncan Wildcats. They came up here and did a great job playing tonight. They really worked hard. I'm very impressed with their team, so congratulations to them. We hope to see them continue on into the 1A conference bracket and take it deep into the state if they can. They've got some great athletes, good coaching, so congratulations to them. Keep working hard, gentlemen, and we wish you all the success as the season goes on. The Redskins, with the fight song going, come away with a big victory tonight, 16 points over the Duncan Wildcats here on their home court. Kel Hancock, it has been great talking to you, having you on the broadcast. We finally got to do one together. Probably the most all-American kid in St. John's related to everybody, so you are the St. John's kid on the mic tonight. Any final thoughts you want to share with our audience before we close this out?
I just thought that both teams put a lot of heart into this game and did their best to in my opinion, I kind of think the score should have been closer. My hat's off to Duncan for playing a great game. They now going to 12-4 overall. And I'm not going to say St. John's record because I'm not quite sure what it is.
Their overall record, let me grab that for you real quick. Pull it up for you. Their official AAA record is 6-4, and we can break it down for you real quick if you want inside of the actual the
their
rankings.
Overall is 7-4.
So they'll go to 8-4 overall tonight.
8-4 overall. Oh, great game by both these guys. And
they did a good job, didn't they?
What do you think they could have done better?
St. Johns did a good job tonight playing against everybody. Their players did well. They rebounded well. They stayed on the inside. They had good shooting. The Matrix, of course, played great. I was very impressed with Kel Stewart, who had a little bit of a quieter game last night against Round Valley. He didn't need to because the wind was so big, but tonight he came out, and I thought he did a really good job tonight, hustling hard, playing on the inside, loose balls, that type of thing. The Matrix, of course, fouled out. You don't see that very often. Yes. And then Big Brady Overson had another solid game like he usually does. Really good play from Justice Burke. He hustled. Of course, Joseph Bushman with the great hustle. Good to see the two Humphreys brothers in there. So we are going to go ahead and sign off. Kel Hancock, thanks so much for calling the game tonight. To all the students that helped us, of course, Victor Chavez for running this big thing, and, of course, Legacy Team Productions for broadcasting this to everybody. Everybody drive safe, and God bless.